Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today I am on a date. Guess with whom? Me myself, because no one else would take me. That was a joke. I don't need anyone to take me on a date. I have myself and that is more than enough. So I want this video to be a little bit chatty. I want to talk about what love means for me and how I define it. Stick with me and like listen to me yapping. As I was saying, I took myself on a date and I really wanted to treat myself as if I was on a real date. So I even bought myself a little flower bouquet. It costed me like 200 rupees for this, which I think is a little bit overpriced in my opinion. But anyway, it's cute and I want to do like date activities. Like I brought a coloring book, so I just want to do coloring, and while I do that, I'll chat with you guys. My plan for today is I am at a cafe right now. This is one of my favorite cafe. Just went to a bookstore, Books Manada bookstore, which is actually downstairs. I went there and then I am going to go and have some lunch after this.
Let me sing you a waltz out of nowhere, out of my thoughts. Let me sing you a waltz about this one night stand. You were for me that night, everything I always dreamt of in life. But now you're gone, you are far gone, all the way to your island of rain. It was for you just a one night thing, but you were much more to me, just so you know. I hear rumors about you, about all the bad things that you do. When we were together alone, you didn't seem like a player at all. I don't care what they say, I know what you meant for me that day. I wanted another try, even if it doesn't seem quite right. You meant for me much more than anyone I met.
That being said, I want to talk about what love means for me. And disclaimer, I've never been on a real date. No one has ever asked me. And I have also not been in a relationship, which is normal for an 18-year-old kid. I have always been single forever. And parents, if you're watching this, be happy. My perspective on love and how I define it, it has changed significantly over past couple years. Watching American TV shows and rom-com, reading a lot of romance novels, I've had this expectation of what love means and how I should be treated. Like at the end of high school, I had this pressure or expectation. My high school years are gonna be over and I still have not dated anyone. I don't know, it was just an expectation or pressure that I myself built. I mean, everybody wants to be loved, right? And I also wanted to be loved. I feel like during the end of high school, especially the last 2 years of high school, I don't know why, I was just like chasing love. I was chasing people and I had this expectations of the high school romance, whatever. Now, as I think of it, all of that is stupid. Somehow, I based my worth and my value through validation from others. I mean, I had like few situationships, and by few, I mean one or two situationships. I had invested so much of myself, so much of my time, so much of my feelings in it. And when it went nowhere, I was just heartbroken. And when you feed off of validation from others, that's a huge warning. I had this perception that if I was in a relationship, maybe everything will get better, which maybe there's a high chance that it will, but there is also another high chance that it won't. especially when one of that situationship failed mentally, emotionally. I was so drained that I felt like I can never love anyone. It took a huge toll on my mental health, and it took me a long time to recover from that. I just felt like I was incapable of love, which is really stupid. And I have had this conversation with my friends a lot of times, but when none of that worked, I felt like, am I the problem? Usually I am the problem, but in that case, I was not. I was at the stage where it was just embarrassing to see myself go through all that. How do you know you're incapable of love when you have never received it from a significant other? And then I just went into a very dark place where I just felt I didn't deserve love, and everything became so overwhelming. Along the way, I stopped believing in love, which is kind of sad because I am genuinely the most hopeless romantic person that I know.
One single night with you is worth 1,000 with anybody. I have no bitterness, my sweet. I'll never forget this one night thing. Even tomorrow in other arms, my heart will stay yours until I die. Let me sing you a waltz out of nowhere, out of my blues. Let me sing you a waltz about this lovely one night stand.
Over the past 1 year, when high school was over and I took a gap year, around that time, it was just a lot of self reflection. It was also a time I realized that I need to stop chasing love. If it wants to come my way, it will come my way. I just had so much free time. It was a journey on its own. During that process, I started to find joy in little things that I did by myself, and my friends also influenced that. Like, I have the best friends in the entire world. No one has better friendships like me. All that love from my friends and my family. It also made me reflect that platonic love, or the love from your family and your friends, means so much more than any romantic love could ever give, and they are different and important in their own aspect. But when it came to love from my family and the care that I received from them, it just made me reflect so much more on how much I am actually loved by my close ones, and how that love has also shaped me to be a better person, to be a kinder person, and especially kinder to myself. I was never that kind to myself. I think I was my own biggest critic. I still am my own biggest critic, but that was a beginning of my self-love journey. I still hate myself, but I hate myself less than 2 years ago. My focus was not on relationship and love. My focus was myself, because the next year was really important for me and my college and my education. It was really important, so I took all that time and used it for myself. And that's when I realized I love doing little things on my own. I love going to the movies alone. I love to go to a cafe and just read, or I love to explore new cafes, and I usually do that with my friends. But I also enjoy the solitary time with myself. Especially, my favorite thing to do alone is go to the movies. To be able to have that me time, you don't need a 5 6 groups of people, or you don't need any significant other to do those things. Go and do it by yourself. What else influenced me was just seeing how much I was growing as a person, and how that decision to not chase people or chase relationship affected it, and how internally I was actually growing. When I see people in love, obviously I do feel a little bit of envy, but I find joy when I look at them. Seeing people in love makes me really happy, thinking these people, they have found each other. That love is so beautiful. And like when it comes to my friends as well, who are in relationship, and seeing them as well, and seeing them grow together beautifully, it's also because I believe in this whole whatever happens for a reason. So if love wants to come my way, it will come in its own time. For the meanwhile, I'm happy. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later.